What else was there?
I watched Chris Brown perform.
Okay.
It was, like every Chris Brown performance, a lot of fun to look at. Great dancing, and he does that thing with his legs where they slide back and forth. I don't think he did a backflip this year, but here's hoping to next time.
Sometimes you gotta save a little something for the next performance.
Right. I did jump past that first song because I hate it. I hate that song.
I don't even know what it's called, so I'm not the Chris Brown fan, so
I just call it the Boom Shakalaka song.
Oh yeah,
because that's where he lost.
That is what it's. Oh God, no!
As soon as he's like, "Hey, you girl, not this," I'm like, "Nope."
Now I wish I had paid closer attention because I bet the choreography during that Boom Shakalaka song was hilarious.
It was just him at a microphone, and then there are these two women dancing right behind him in nude leotards or something.
Oh, no,
and there's so you just kind of see their silhouette in front of this white light. And they're just kind of twerking, and he's singing the song.
Great.
And it's another one of those songs that I can't take because of how sexually explicit it is. All of the pussy drippings and that sort of thing. And I'm just
this is just, I'm too old for this.
I don't like it. It's not even that, I'm okay with songs about fucking. I'm okay with songs about loving pussy and liking sex. But it's now singers are trying to outdo each other with how graphic it is.
Yeah.
Let's see how far I can shoot this nut. Can you catch it from across the room?
Oh, God.
All kinds of dumb shit. I'm Chris Brown might as well just write a smell and taste song.
I mean, didn't he do a song with, what did I see on Tumblr earlier today? Was it R. Kelly and Chris Brown and
there you go.
Somebody else released a single? So I was just
called what? Pee on Me?
Something. So coat my cervix. I don't know. Something awful. I'm sure. Somewhere it's just this is.
I just hate it. So much.
No.
And then I also noticed that he did not shy away from cussing. And BET is not famous for being great at censorship during these award shows.
Somebody's finger's always a little.
I caught at least 4 fucks.
Okay.
And
yikes.
I watched this on BET.com. This is not even the live
thing.
So it wasn't removed. I was like, so he's just up there cussing.
So y'all just don't give a shit no more.
Even Gucci Mane didn't cuss when he finally came out, and they still had them little kids right up there.
Right.
Doing a
Did you see Solange's selfies with Gucci and everybody?
I saw her selfie with Cardi B, and that one was fun.
Oh, yeah. No, she had one with Gucci, too.
So there was that. Chris Brown also was attached to this Migos kerfuffle. I don't know why they're fighting. Most of the assumption seems to be that it's over Karrueche.
Yeah, because isn't she with
why?
Offset?
I mean, what else would it? Chris Brown, we already know how the fuck he acted with her.
Right.
And now Karrueche is hanging out with Quavo. And I think they were even there together at some point.
Oh, Lord.
And I guess, I don't know, I saw some video of these niggas. It looked like it was in a garage or some shit. And Chris is just in the background leaning up against the car watching these niggas fight. Offset was stopped by TMZ a little later and asked, "Oh, Offset,
oh, Offset.
What happened? Why the beef?" And he actually gave a really poignant response, a really deep, reflective response, and said, they've got too much money and too many haters. Basically, that's what it all boils down to.
Niggas is just out here popping, and then shit gets complicated.
He doesn't really know Chris Brown like that or what's going on with him, but the hate is in abundance.
Did you hear about everything BET went through to keep Karrueche and Chris 100 yards away from each other?
Yes.
I was like, wow. That was sincere dedication to making sure that girl's, what is it? A privacy order or whatever? Yeah, that restraining order was not violated, because I'm like, y'all moving her, scuffling her back and forth, shuttling her to different rooms and shit so that she won't have to see him. Oh, God, what a fucking mess. But that wasn't
says a lot to Karrueche's climb, in my opinion, because I'm surprised somebody didn't just call her up and be like, well, girl, don't come. Because...
right, the fact that they were like, well, we'll just have to accommodate the both of you. I was like, huh, okay.
Chris is performing, and
which,
quite frankly, you don't have anything to perform.
I don't want to say it's like not like, but do we need a Chris Brown performance? I don't need a Chris Brown performance. Like, my night would have gone the exact same way without Chris Brown ever hitting the stage. Like, I would have been totally and completely fine with that. So I just don't really see the need for Chris Brown to be accommodated in any way at the BET Awards. At the same time, I feel like the BET Awards are the only ones that will let Chris Brown still come on stage and do something. So
I'd rather watch Chris Brown perform for 3 minutes than watch Bruno Mars perform for
Oh,
like 5.
well, but that...
And again, that is just me. Because at least I know...
that is just you.
At least I know I'll see better dancing and I'll have way more shady things to say.
All right, friend.
That people will allow me to say. Because when I talk about how I feel about Bruno Mars, everybody's like, what? But Bruno Mars shits lollipops.
I just let you give me all of these reasons.
Oh my goodness. I had a dozen marshmallows that came directly out his ass. They were so great. I'm not
even arguing with you about the way you feel about Bruno Mars. I'm just saying, if you ask me to pick a concert to go to, I'm going to see...
I didn't say concert. I said mere minutes.
Okay, even performance. I would rather see Bruno than hear Chris talk about all the things he's going to do with his semen. I do not want to hear it.
One of them. Not one.
Oh, man.
Because I'm not going to Chris Brown's concert to get shot. And I'm not going to Bruno Mars' concert to hear a bunch of 60-year-old white ladies talking about perms and relaxes. So I won't be there. I'm going to go see Solange or Erykah Badu on tour. Let me know when the SZA dates come out. Other than that, I watched her performance.
Yeah.
I didn't see Migos perform. I didn't want to. They also apparently almost got into it with Joe Budden.
See, this is what I'm saying. So much of what happened at the BET Awards was not even about the BET Awards, but more of like just niggas being on the carpet.
Right. Which is why watch it? Like, you really, for what?
You don't need to. Yeah, no. Everything you need to see at the BET Awards will be online afterwards. Absolutely everything.
So Complex's show Everyday Struggle, I guess, had some space at the BET Awards to interview people. Why? I haven't the slightest.
Because why not?
But you know what? No hate on my end. At some point, Migos joined hosts Joe Budden and the other two. And it was just a very odd and awkward interview. At one point, what is the DJ's name?
Is he really a DJ? Academics.
That's actually a valid question.
It's Academics, but sure. I don't know that he actually is a DJ.
I could have sworn Academics was somebody else.
Me too.
Or is there a DJ named Academics and I'm just mixing them up?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I have to say I'd never seen that person's face before.
He said something to one of them to Takeoff about being left off of Bad and Bougie and how he felt about that. And Takeoff responded by saying, and he said, huh? What happened? And then he said, what? What happened? And he was like, and he was like, huh? I'm sorry, I don't hear you. And that went on for like much longer than it should have.
Yeah.
And
do
at
it look
one
like? Oh God, over and over.
It was just.
I mean, it kind of does look like you got left off Bad and Bougie, but I feel like maybe that's not really what you're asking.
But if anybody, like, there's a ton of songs Offset wasn't on when he was locked up, and there are tons of songs when they were all free that they're not all on.
They're just not all on every song.
So it wasn't a big deal to me, and if anything, it just seemed like something that was shady. I've noticed that show has a knack for like antagonizing guests or just saying something that they've said before that they know the guests won't like. Because the only time I've ever heard of that show was when Lil Yachty was sitting there like a kind-hearted young man, and Joe Budden was like, almost looked like Plankton from SpongeBob.
How dare you have joy in your heart?
Like, how? Happiness. Fuck out of here.
Smiling nigga for what, nigga?
I saw another clip where Vic Mensa went off on Academics over his opinion on Chicago drill music. There's somebody else who went off on them. I've seen that.
Yeah, so it's like...
So this is like what they do, I guess.
This is the show where y'all come argue.
Everyday struggle.
It's so crazy they still booking people for Everyday Struggle. Like, do you just want to come argue with Joe Budden, have him threaten you, get in your face?
Joe Budden said after this that he's not a guest-based guy. Like, he doesn't, like, have guests on this podcast, or he doesn't like to do guests interviews, I guess. Okay. Which, I mean, we don't really have guests on this show either.
Yeah, no, it's rare.
But if that's the case, then why put yourself in a position where you're going to
Why are you on the red carpet interviewing everybody? It's a fucking carpet, girl. Like, that's the thing. If you're on the carpet and people are just walking by and they're stopping by the complex part or whatever, then don't you anticipate you'll be interviewing? Like, what do you think happens? What do you think all the mics and cameras and chairs?
I mean, if we're being honest, the only reason that people even talk about this is because Joe Budden is on it and because they know that he will, he has
react.
Right. So
just being real about that.
That's what that is. But if you know that you don't want to do that type of shit, that I don't understand why I'm certain he's not doing it for free. So there.
Yeah, but there's that.
At one point, he's just like, okay, let's wrap this up, which I probably would have done, honestly, too, because it was going nowhere. It was just mumbling and, like, angst, and I would have been like, okay, that's enough. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
If everyone's done, we can just go ahead and not be here anymore. Yeah.
So Quavo's like, we'll wrap it up then. And then he, like Joe Budden, like, catapults himself out of his own seat and like storms off. And the way that he got up probably would have had me get up too. Because it was just such an I
have to say I enjoyed it. It was right. He really propelled himself out of that seat.
The internet said that Migos then rose out of their own seats in order of importance. Quavo got up first, followed by Offset, and then Takeoff.
Thank you for naming them, because I don't know.
It's so funny that I do.
I mean, I know their names, but I cannot put the names to the bodies of the person.
Offset is Cardi B's boyfriend.
Sorry, no. I don't. What his face looks like, I do not know.
Oh, well, that's fair.
That's what I'm just saying.
I mean, their faces were covered in dreads for like the first 2 years of their career. And they still wear like shades and chokers everywhere they go. So it's hard to really.
Yeah, right. Like, you niggas, I just don't. I want to say y'all all look alike, but I do not know the Migos one from another.
I can tell their voice. I mean, everybody kind of knows what Quavo looks like, I think.
Yeah, because Quavo's the
lead.
Yeah, I don't want to say the Beyonce.
He's the Dina.
But yeah, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
I just had a vision of Migos performing "We're Your Dream Girl."
All right.
And like Offset and Takeoff are like, woo! Because they're in the back.
Yeah. I was surprised to see them in clothes that fit so well. I was expecting them to show up in like.
Oh, yeah, that's how they dress.
Yeah, I did not know that.
The Mario Brothers when they're not saving the princess. Mario and Luigi on vacation.
I said, these niggas don't shy away from color, pattern, patterns, nothing. They love it all. Yes.
Another great thing I saw from the internet was that they look like Prince's crew from the Chappelle Show. Do you remember? Oh, God. So
of course I remember Prince's crew. Yes, I have seen that iconic episode.
Accurate.
Yes, it was. They did look
so
like that.
Accurate.
Bunch of fancy niggas. They did. God bless. So it was Offset who started rolling up the cuff of his sleeves. Like, we could just go ahead and take care of this right now.
It was just